and soul. What if you know that you want and need this seasonal cleanse, but the clean program, which we recommend at Awakened Body, is just feeling a little bit overwhelming, like it's a little bit much? It's true that to really do clean, which is part of the seasonal cleanse, to really do it, it requires a daily gift of time and attention that you give to yourself. To do it and do it well, you need to be spending a little bit of time in the kitchen doing food prep, going out of your way to maybe shop differently, and prepare food differently. Some of us just don't have the bandwidth for that, and that might be part of why we need this seasonal cleanse, because we're in that place of overwhelm. So right now, I want to give you 10 suggestions for how you can journey with us on this 40-day transformational journey, even if you know that you can't dive all the way into the clean program right now. So first of all, as Dr. Younger and the clean folks recommend, you can do clean for 7 or 14 days. On our seasonal cleanse, we are going to take a week of what's called elimination, where we just cut those foods that aren't the most wholesome for us out of our diet. And then we take on 21 days of cleansing before we spend the end of our 40-day journey on integration and checking out what food items and chemicals might be especially triggering to our bodies once we're really clean. So that's how we do it on these Awakened Body seasonal cleanses, but you might know that you can really only carve out 7 days or 14 days of intense cleansing. You also might find that at the 7 or the 14-day mark, you've had enough and you've hit a point of overwhelm. That's not usually how it goes. Usually, the experience of cleansing is so satisfying that even if you dive in saying, I'm only taking this on for 1 day or 3 days or 7 days, that it builds on itself and you just keep going. But the first option is to just decide, you know what, this year, this cleanse, I can do 7 days, I can do 14 days, and that is just fine. Every additional day that you're eating more wholesome and more mindfully is a gift to your body. The second option is that you could start with us in the elimination part of clean and just hold there, changing your habits at the supermarket and changing what you eat without necessarily changing some of the how you eat. That is completely legitimate, and it does cut down on a lot of the prep time, because at the end of the day, I know for myself when I'm cleansing, I find that the real change in my schedule is giving myself the gift of preparing a really rich, luscious midday cooked meal, and then making sure that I have the ingredients that I need and the time to prepare my liquid meals morning and night. So you might just stick with elimination and set aside the liquid and solid pacing and just change your ingredients. Also, really beneficial. Beyond that, simple practices from clean. You can eat only when the sun is shining and not eat after dark. That's going to ease you into what is now all the rage intermittent fasting. It's going to ease you into a fast that's just about 12 hours. The metabolism is optimized to work with the sun, so just simply taking on the practice of only chewing and swallowing food when the sun is shining, clear liquids are just fine at night, is a wonderful, wholesome practice to take on from clean. You could start every day with a mindful glass of water, charging up your water in the way that we recommend every day at Awakened Body. And then you could keep drinking throughout the day such that you have to pee once an hour. Wonderful cleansing practice, so beneficial for health and metabolism, just increasing intake of wholesome, clear liquids, no artificial sweeteners. You could have your first bite of food mindfully, just making that shift, taking on the spiritual dimensions of our seasonal cleanse, plus knowing that the first bite of food that enters your mouth every day is a mindful bite. You could try out juicing, because a big part of clean is liquid meals morning and night. It's a good time to get yourself the gift of a juicer, or also if you have a good local health food store, you can buy cold pressed fresh juices and you could take on the practice of juicing. Now, juicing is a good thing to check in with your coach about, because for some bodies, juicing is a wonderful way to just boost your overall vitamin and mineral intake. And for other bodies, it's going to be too much sugar without bulk and therefore not the right choice for you. You could tackle one food addiction. One of the primary reasons that we challenge you at Awakened Body to take on one seasonal cleanse a year is to be really honest with ourselves about our addictions. Part of being in a body, part of being motivated by the very pleasure systems that give us so much enjoyment being in this body, part of having a pleasure system is navigating addiction. And a seasonal cleanse is the time to take that on. So even if you can't incorporate any of the other aspects of clean, you could decide that your food dimension to your seasonal cleanse is tackling an addiction. So that might mean challenging yourself to give up for these 40 days coffee, caffeine, or alcohol, or nicotine, or marijuana, refined sugar, gluten, dairy. All of these are addictive when we start paying attention, and you could choose to give up one. You could give up packaged foods. We don't have certain science about this, but there is some evidence that the preservatives and artificial components of packaged foods are themselves addictive. You could say that you are on this 40-day journey, and during it, the gift you are giving yourself is eating whole, local, fresh food. No more food that comes out of a package. No more food with ingredients that you can't pronounce. You could choose to take on one medicinal food practice. So you'll see we have resource videos on taking garlic medicinally, a raw clove of garlic, and taking a local cold pressed olive oil medicinally. So you could keep going with your normal life. I hope that you're going to choose to take on mindful eating practices and a charged up glass of water as your first glass of water every day, and then add to those two things one item of medicinal food, and you are cleansing. That is enough to be the body-based pieces. So at Awakened Body, we really recommend a full intensive seasonal cleanse once a year, and we recommend the clean program. Now, if you want to take on clean, but you know you just don't have the prep time, if you're located in the United States, then you want to go visit the Clean Program website, and you have the URL on the page and in the comments. And there are options through the Clean Program to order a set of supplements that can be turned into soups and smoothies that can give you a shortcut to clean, which is much less prep intensive, time intensive, and that might be a good solution for you. I'll be honest, because at Awakened Body, we are adopting clean as a way of reconnecting with our bodies and with the natural world. I don't like switching to powders and supplements. I think it's more wholesome to take on a practice of eating mostly fruits and vegetables, and even if it means you're not doing clean to the letter, than to switch to supplements. But that is a personal decision. I know you'll make the decision that's right for you. We are here to support you. Reach out, ask for help, and blessings on your way.